Now, guys, we are back again for the third time. Let's hope I don't get any more blue screens or crashes. Otherwise, I will make a update video or something because it's a bit annoying. So yeah. Anyways, back to work, I guess. Now, Thermostat Housing behind me. It's almost off. Now, luckily, I'm working with a normal webcam instead of the default one on the laptop, because that was really bad. At least you guys can see something. Now with the default webcam, you couldn't see a thing. So yeah, luckily this is giving a bit more light. Let's hope it stays that way. Now let's just hope that there is nothing gonna crash anymore, because if that's true, then I'm gonna delete live streams and make a normal video. But yeah, at least we got some gaskets. However, they are bent. I don't know how that comes, but I have a whole lot of stuff over here on the table as well. It looks to you guys maybe a bit clean, but it's definitely not. It's definitely not clean. You guys can only see it partially. But I think let's take everything off of that cylinder head, this one, and putting it actually on that one. That's the coil. Now I got some brand new gaskets. The most important thing is the head gasket. I'm going to show you guys the old one. That's this one. Now, this is the old gasket, and you guys can probably see the black lines. This is the old one. I don't know how these black lines are on there, but the new one I have looks a bit different. So I have no clue how this comes. This is the old one. And the new one I got is a bit different, because this is the new one. I mean, you guys can tell. But the black line is actually not lining up correctly. So as you guys can see, the old one is on the top, and the newer one is at the bottom. And maybe you guys can see a bit how it's walking. Now, I just hope so. So, the old one, black lines for 80% finished, and newer one. So yeah, I have no clue where these black lines were going. Now, not which is not good. This is the new one, and it's a bit bent. I just hope that that's going to work out for me, because this is the most important thing on the complete engine. So let's hope that this is going to work out. I see that on the old gasket, on the old one, this is the side I showed you guys. You see black lines and lightning. These are the old lines, and if I turn it around, we got some black lines as well. I don't know why that is, but the problem is, here are black lines, but the other side, from the newer one, it doesn't. No clue or no idea why, but yeah. Calm down. Warm up. So yeah, I mean, there you guys go. Let's hope that the newer one is actually not gonna give us some problems. Now, I'm gonna take the thermostat housing off and the EGR so I can access the intake manifold because I have seen some cracks and some old gaskets which are almost even sticking out after trying to reassemble it. So, thermostat housing off, EGR off, intake off, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, now let's get started. Now, I mean, yeah, you guys cannot see it from there, but on this side over here, this bolt on the top from the intake manifold, that one is cracked. Okay, well, that's easy. Let's see, gasket on here. Now, I'm wondering if I have a gasket for this. I don't know. Got two gaskets in here. A smaller and a bigger one. Now, problem is though, I don't have both of them. However, I should have this one. I should have that. If, yes, sir. That's in. Now, I feel like there's a size difference. So I'm gonna take the other one as well. I don't know if this one is gonna be too big. I think so. Yeah, that one's too huge. I don't have any others for that particular site. Now, it's in place over there. So, I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna take the EGR tube off first. It's in my way. Well, my working way. Well, that was easy. Now, whenever the EGR tube is off, it's going to be a bit easier to work on things, since the EGR tube actually disturbs a lot of things on here. Also, the EGR valve is the same issue. Makes things very hard to work on. Now, let's see if I can grab it. No, there we go. EGR. Now I know I have tightened up this one pretty good to avoid leaks for my idle. There should be a problem on this side as well. That's one screw. Now I can turn it, so that's nice. That's the second one. Good. Now the problem is I don't have any gaskets for the EGR, and that kind of sucks. I would love if they would have included in the gasket set. But yeah, I mean, most likely they did not. I don't know what the choice is from that. Continuing with the EGR housing, which is a pretty crazy design. I don't like it actually, because that's also a part which holds the intake manifold in place. There we go. The EGR housing. And from this moment, actually, I will be able to access the intake manifold, which is, as you already guys can hear, plastic. The reason. So yeah, I don't like that. Oh my goodness. That one is a little bit harder to reach. Oh, my goodness. Stiff. Very, very stiff. Now I really wish they designed steel for this instead of plastic, so it's at least a little bit material. Now, of course, this is not normal plastic. This is hardened plastic, but I mean, even hardened plastic can break, as I see, which I already said I don't like. Yeah, I expected that. I have to do that on a different way. Now, most of the parts actually are laying in my car. Normally, I'm using a half-inch socket wrench to do this kind of stuff. But now I'm doing it only with a ring key or a ring wrench or something like that, however you want to call it, which is taking more time and, of course, less accurate. Now, I mean, with a socket wrench, things are going to get a little bit more easier, more tools for it, so you can access more stuff. And again, it's raining outside. I believe the complete day already. And this is the gasket set. Well, they say for the complete engine, but I mean it's not. It's definitely not a complete engine because I'm missing some gasket parts. It's not a big of a deal, but still, they should not say complete engine if it's not a complete engine. Because I expect everything then. Okay. Now there's only one in there. I think I have to do that a bit different because I cannot reach it normally. So I'm gonna see if I have some different tools. Now I know a lot of things are laying in my car, but yeah, I think I have to find something different for this to get the one bolt loose. Okay, let's see if this one is fitting. Okay, that one does. And that one does as well. Oh, okay. I don't have grit on that. Use this thing. Maybe I'm gonna use an extension cord also. That's how I normally do it. Oh, okay. It's the wrong one. I'm not gonna walk to my car. That's what I'm not gonna do. Ah, bullshit. Come on. There we go. I knew you would get off. And that's the intake manifold, people. Seems like something's already in place. I don't know what that is, but oh yeah. That fucking tube. Oh, I should have known. Yes. Um, this one. Well, there we are. So this one was definitely not sealing. Now I'm gonna show you guys. So, right over here we have the intake side of my car. Now, this side over here, and I mean, I have to pull this one off because that one is going to be replaced. But take a look for yourself, guys. I mean, this one is not looking fresh anymore because lots of black on it, and it should be orange. Now, also in the hole itself, look fresh as well. I mean, and this side over here, as I explained, is cracked. There you go. So, I don't know how it's going with this one, but it still looks like it's sealing. There is a buzz in there, and I think that's the reason why they did that, in case if it would break. So these buses actually making sure that they will not break further. That's very, very good, but well, that one was trash. And the old intake gasket itself. Mm, that one was sealed. Not bad. But it's old. And this one is not completely worn out, but partially. So that's the intake gas. They are a bit worn out and they are bent the wrong way. So that's that. That's the intake. So currently, because I don't have to resurface this complete area since this is plastic, um, I'm just going to clean it up a bit, and I'm going to put the new seals in here. And this might work. So yeah, that's that. That's the intake manifold. That's an old seal. This is an old seal as well. This is a brand new. This is an old seal. And this is a new one. Okay. Now, currently I'm going to take some paper towels to clean the surface a little bit from oil. I mean, I'm not going to do it in an extreme way, just a little bit. Normally I should grind off the intake side from the Cylinderhead, which is laying actually just behind the intake now. But since that's the cylinder block with the damaged camshaft, I'm not going to do that because the Cylinderhead, which is laying over there, so this little boy, that one has a good camshaft, and the valves over there are just bad. So what I'm going to do, I'm waiting for one more order, which is the spring compressor. I'm going to take those valves out, at least the damaged ones, and I'm going to take the valves that are good, which is in this one behind the intake. I'm going to take those valves back in here, in the working one. Now, I mean, also I can turn this by hand. No scratching noises. Feels very good. and this I cannot do with, well, the damaged one. And also, if I turn it with the half-inch wrench, then you can definitely hear already scratching. And well, I don't think that should work that way. Now, I'm gonna take some paper towels, also for my hands to clean up a bit, and clean up the intake side, which goes to the cylinder head itself. And then I'm gonna prepare the intake manifold a bit for the new gasket, at least the one for the intake side, the cylinder head. And after that, I'm gonna take this baby boy off, which is the throttle body. And I don't know if this intake, if this gasket, which is down here, actually beneath this steel. So beneath the steel and the plastic from the intake, there's another gasket. And well, the gasket which is down there is this one. This is the gasket which is in there. And yeah, that one is going to be replaced as well. I think it's still in a good health, and I think there's nothing damaged in there. But I try to walk as less risks as I can, because the last time that I installed everything on the car, I put some oil in there, no problems. I put coolant in there, and we got huge problems. So the coolant in this case was the problem. Now, I don't know if this bad gasket, which you guys can see, I don't know how the coolant could go past it. Maybe because parts are higher than normally, because I can definitely feel uneven stuff. I don't know why or how, but I mean, we have a new one laying here. And also the new one, I rebend it back in place because it's not straight, but it will straight itself out once it's in the car. So I'm not too worried about that. I mean, at least the black sealing is on there, and that's what counts for me. So yeah, well, let's get the intake clean, get my hands clean, take a cigarette, and let's move on. Now, I mean, yesterday in the evening slash night, I cleaned out the intake side and the downside from the working cylinder head with the bent valves. So the only thing I have to do is replace those valves with the one that's down here, which you guys can see a little bit. This you can see a bit. So yeah, that's actually that. Anyways, I think we better start off working our way. Okay, peeps. Now, At least my hands are a bit more cleaner, not perfect, but I mean, for this operation, we don't have to clean our hands perfectly. Now, I think it's time to clean it out a bit after I took my cigarette, and yeah, well, I think then it's time to put those well, those new gaskets in there. And this one is definitely not bent. I can see that. I mean, compared to the other one, this one looks very, very good. I'm gonna compare it here in front of you guys to see it myself. Uh, well, it's okay-ish, but you can see that the old one actually extended a bit, which makes it seal even more harder. So yeah, that's that. Okay. All right. Now it's time to clean it up a bit. Not perfect, as I already explained, but just the surface, so it's at least gone with oil. Almost sounds like PVC piping, which is a little bit strange. Now, some people actually do another trick, and that's also a way to do it. They block off actually that coolant passage, as far as I know that this one is a coolant passage, but they block it off actually and cut it right over here so that you only have the real intake side, because this one does not matter actually. It does not do anything with air. So, and I think that's the way that they take it off, because as I believe they said like intake surge, something like that. I think that's the correct word that they used for this problem. Now I also have a new oil pan gasket in case if we have some real problems going on, but that's not necessary, not for this particular situation. Okay, now that looks good. I'm gonna see where this one is going out. It'll set itself in place lately. But for the moment, it looks like it's sealing good. Okay. Actually, I should get this one off, because that does not make any sense. At least for sealing, right? So I'm gonna take that off as neat as I can, without damaging the gasket itself. Because I don't see actually a useful way for this one. Yeah, well, I'm gonna take that one off. All right, now I'm gonna take this piece off as neat as I can, like so. And I still see that it's not sealing right, so I'm gonna take it out even more. There we go. That's better. Okay. Yeah. Now it's sealing. And also, this is what this one is sealing way better. It's sticking out at least, you know, which was not with the other one. Now this one has a little lip on it, as you guys can see, just like this one, which I cut it off. Now this one should not be cut off, because this one has the place for it. So yeah, I mean, definitely I'm gonna leave this be. Now, since this side is a bit more damaged, why I don't know, but anyways, this one is damaged. So yeah, I don't really like to see that, but hey, do we have much choice? No. Well, by the looks of it, this one is also sealing correctly. And as said, I think that that one has to do with some coolant. I mean, that's a big difference. Now, I'm going to show you guys. Now, you guys can probably see this little corner, and that should normally be straightened. I don't know if that was causing the issue, but that might be good possible. Now, anyways, looks like we fixed the intake side. Maybe I'm gonna plan lately to make this a little bit more sealed better. I don't know with what, but I might find a way to do this. Or what I also could do is buy a different intake manifold. Might be a solution as well. I mean, it will seal anyway once it's on the cylinder head, so I'm not really afraid for that. But yeah, then again. Now, anyways, it's off. We got the new gasket on there, and it looks very good. Only the orange one, which is not maybe perfect, but it's sealing, and that's what I want. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take, as I already explained, the thing off, the throttle body, and I'm gonna replace the seal as well. That's what I'm gonna do now. No, that's not gonna work. I have to get some other tools for this. Okay. Yep. Right. Okay. Now I got something, so let's hope that this one is going to work out. Let's see. Oh, that's even easy as well. Oh yeah. Mhm. Now before, actually, I already cleaned this one, so that's very good. I put it, yeah, I put this one in a dishwasher again, but over here there are no parts that actually really can rust out. And for the parts that are already rusted, that doesn't even actually make too much sense because I can grind that down maybe, so I can try to reuse it. Okay, one more to go. I'm gonna do this with that one. Hopefully that it's getting a bit faster. Now, I mean, I have all the time currently because I still have to wait for things to arrive. I'm gonna hold this one before it's gonna fall off. And there we go. Okay. This one actually, after I cleaned it out, looks okay. Now I'm gonna look if I have something to seal for this one, for the IAC. So that means the idle air control. I don't think I do, but I mean, you never know. You never know. No, that one's not gonna work. Okay. Anyways, so here we have the old gasket for the intake part. That's the old gasket for the intake, and I mean, I can do everything what I want with it. As you guys can see, I can do it like this, and still in a very good shape. I don't think this one is damaged, but I mean, I got everything new, so I put everything new on there, because I want the highest performance out of my car lately, if I can get it. So this one is the brand new. This is the newer one. It's a little bit more stiff, not too much, but a little bit. And that one is going on there now. hmm Now this one is actually just like the intake, definitely sticking out. I mean, maybe if I hold it upside down, you guys might maybe even see it. Yep, you guys can see it. A little bit sticking out. Now this one does stick out a bit, which is good, so it's and the other one does not. So that's always better. Yeah. Let's get this back in place. There we go. Like so. I'm gonna hold the intake a bit, otherwise it's sliding away. Uh-huh. There we go. Can't move anymore. Obviously, I'm not going to tie that down right now completely because I still have 2 bolts laying here. I'm just going to do it a little bit by hand, not too much. So everything is tied up soon at the same time. And not the one as tighter as the other one. Okay. The last one before I can start tighten things up. Okay, now we can start tightening things up a bit better. Come on. Okay. And now I'm gonna tidy everything to maximum. Of course, in a cross pattern. Yeah. Okay. And the last one. And done. Now, the intake is ready. We place the seals. We placed the complete intake side with gaskets. So this looks very good again and ready to go. Okay, that's that. The only thing we have to do with the intake, the only thing what we have to do with the intake is just putting it on the car, and that's all. But we cannot put it on the car, of course, because first of all, we should get the valves out and the working one in place. So, since this one is working again, I'm going to leave this apart. Going to make a little bit more space here so you guys can see what am I doing. And I'm going to lay that over here, like so. Like that. Almost cut it new gasket away. Stupid as me. And the last thing what we have to do is take a good look at the thermostat housing. Now I actually would like to give this EGR, as you guys can see, a brand new gasket. And this one should be really tight on the car. But since I have none for this, and since they did not send it me down, I cannot put a gasket on there. Now, maybe later I try to make one myself, so it's at least sealing right. So that's actually that. It's time for the thermostat housing. And yeah, I think then we are ready to go. Waiting for everything to arrive. At least the spring compressor. Taking the springs out of this one, taking them out of that one, because those are damaged. So this one damaged, four from the 6 valves, and this one do work. So I want to place these ones in these ones, because this camshaft is working perfect. All right. Okay, now I just have a question with the black line with the on there. Doesn't that make any sense? Because on the old one, as you could see, you had a black line as well on your downside. And on the newer one, there was only a black line on the downside. So I don't know if that is causing any leaks or troubles. What do you think? All right, peeps. Now, yeah. Okay, now I think it's a good idea to take thermostat housing off. Now, it would be a very nice thing if I had some seals for this one. Now, I mean, they are still on here. Oh, still dripping some coolant there. I mean, they're still in here, actually. And I have to say, they are not looking at their best shape. I mean, I could reuse them, but it would be better to replace them with the other rubber seals. I don't know if I have them laying around here. These are the only rubber seals I got. They are actually pretty thick. But I do not have the small seal for this one, for the thermostat itself. And it seems like they are way too thick. Yeah. So this is not going to work. And I'm pretty sure that they are for a different part. Well, I think we have to do what we've got. So we are taking this off and see how far we can get. Wow, pretty easy. This one is not going that easy. And there's one there, but I'm happy that I'm having also that one on that side. Just hope I did not slip. I guess I did. No problem though. Oh my god, that one is tight. Man, what happened to this one? Did I tie it up so fast, so much? Why did I do that? Ah, Jesus. Now, and I think later, whenever I did this all actually and the car is running again, I'm gonna, this particular cylinder head, which you guys can see, I think I'm gonna make this one as brand new again. Probably with a brand new camshaft, but I'm not going to do it myself because I can't, because I cannot take the camshaft out. It's way too much torque. So new camshaft and new valves, and letting it resurface by a fabricator And making this one as brand new again. Also, that's the same thing for the distributor that I got here. You guys cannot see that from a distance, but this one is not looking nice anymore. Comes from a 2004 Deomatis. So, I mean, it would not be a bad idea to replace this one with a brand new one. Now, I know the ignitions of the Deomatises are pretty fast worn out. They're pretty quickly worn out. So, okay. Now, let's take a look what's still holding this thing in place. At least that. Now, the thing is, how can I take it off? Probably forcing this and then taking this one. Oh man, what am I good at my tactics? There we go. Not even that needed. That's what it's holding in place. That's how you can get a screw loose. Yep. There we go. Wow. That's Thermostat Housing. Now, I definitely want to take a look how it looks like. I don't have to resend this down, but I should. Ooh, what? How can be oil in there? That's not good. Oil in the coolant passage. Well, as far as my knowledge goes, that's not meant to happen. But anyways, we don't have to use this thing again. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put this one in the dishwasher. I mean, this one has a, well, this camshaft is definitely not good anyway. So I'm going to leave this apart. Going to make this a bit cleaner and making this one at least ready to go again. That's what I'm going to do. It looks like I don't have to. Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I have to resurface this. God damn it. Just not expecting that. Now, I also put this one in the dishwasher. But if I would do things the correct way, now probably if I'm going to take my towel and I'm going to put it in here, I have a whole lot of oil. I'm pretty sure. In a coolant Thermostat Housing. Yep, that's oil. That means we are going to take this one off and making it ready for dishwasher. I mean, it's not meant that coolant is going into oil or vice versa. So that's definitely not good. And I think that happens, what do you call it, whenever the coolant leak was occurring. Oh, that one looks clean. So I'm gonna put this one in the dishwasher. I don't see any things that can be rusted. Now this one I cannot get out, so I'm gonna leave this one in here. I might look if I can clean this as much as I can with hand. So yeah, I mean, then we have to wait for this one to be ready before we can actually continue with other stuff, because I cannot yet take the intake back on the cylinder head, because we still have to get those off and make sure that those valves are going to be replaced. So yeah, that's actually there. Now I'm going to put this one in the dishwasher. This is all old steel, so that should not be a problem at all. Those brackets, I'm not going to do anything with it. Is there something else I can take with me? I don't think so. I think we should be good to go. Well, I'm not going to make those in the dishwasher. Definitely not. I might clean up these spark plugs. That might not be a bad idea. Oh yeah. Well, the EGR housing is maybe not a bad idea to put this one for a second time in the dishwasher as well. Um, so yeah, that means actually that am quitting the live stream then. So I'm gonna put this one in the dishwasher, and I think we are done. Now, I mean, it's very messy on here, but I think that's it. Well, anyways, guys, I will be right back. Just give me a second. All right, people. Now that one is in the dishwasher, so we are ready here. Anyway, so for now it's just actually waiting for the spring compressor is gonna arrive. Then I can replace those valves. Now, for now, of course, I'm having to wait for the EGR housing and the thermostat housing to be done before I'm gonna put that back because oil and coolant, well, it does not go together that nicely. So I'm waiting for them to get ready. Then I'm putting those gaskets on there. Now, sadly, I don't have any gaskets for the EGR. It would be nice if they would be available, but I don't think they are because this one is pretty old. Um, so yeah, that's actually that. So I'm gonna shut off the live stream, and I will be back with you guys whenever I got some new updates and newer ones. And in this case, that actually means that I have new updates. Probably, I still have to work on the engine itself, so to clean up the cylinder walls and do something on the surface of that, so that at least the new head gasket is going to be fitted on a very nicely and clean engine. Now, I already spoke to someone, and he said it's fine though. I mean, on this one we have still, as you guys already know, black lines, which you can see very good now. And on the other side, we don't have. And the guy said, that's fine, no problem. So I trust him if he's going to say that. He knows what he's doing. Anyways, guys, this was Tuning Dutchy. I hope you enjoyed the pretty large live stream. And yeah, I think I'm gonna clean up a bit here and waiting for the parts to be ready from the dishwasher, making sure to put them on again. And probably I'm gonna do tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. We will see what the time brings and what the day brings. Whenever it's not raining outside and not too windy, I'm probably gonna clean the surface of the engine itself. So the new head gasket is ready to go on there without any problems. Now, anyways, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you didn't already. And then I see you guys the next time whenever I have new updates for you. That's going to be probably whenever the cylinder head is resurfaced or when the spring compressor is here and I got the job done. Now I'm thinking to do this. I'm thinking to make a video or a live stream from this particular situation, how you actually can replace those. Because I don't expect that this one is going to be a very hard job. So yeah, that's actually that. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked it. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the live stream in this case, and share this one with your friends. Now, anyways, guys, see you guys the next time, and I keep you guys updated. Have a nice day, and see you guys next time.